very traditional and iconic setting for him to have not just the meetings inside, but able to come out and meet the Welsh people here as well, who will want to see him today.
Well, let's hear from some of those Welsh people who've come to greet him. My colleague Charanpreet Kara is out amongst the crowd.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can hear you. I'm in the middle of a very excited crowd. You can probably see the camera phones flashing behind me. There's just murmur of excitement after murmur of excitement as King Charles III makes his way down this line, greeting people as he goes. Everybody craning their necks to try and catch a glimpse. Now I've got Angus with me here. Angus, you're a second-year student.
Yeah,
what made you want to come along today?
I mean, apart from the fact it's a massive day, the town was buzzing. We've been in town since 11. Came down, wandering around, had some breakfast, just watching the crowds gather. It's a huge thing to be a part of, just to get a glimpse of him, really. I never got a chance to see the Queen, sadly. So my friends and I decided we had to be here, really. Big part of our culture and our country, especially, yeah.
And it's pandemonium at the moment.
Yeah,
everybody's kind of running around to try and follow the King on his movements. Yeah. What's the atmosphere been like today so far?
It's been quite intense. We haven't seen much of him. He arrived, went inside really briefly, and then came back out. And to have never seen the Queen, it's nice to be able to see the King however many days in we are now, 5 or 6, and that close as well. So it's been a brilliant day so far.
Absolutely, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Now, guests have been coming to Cardiff Castle from all over the world for today's event. There have been 2,000 people in the castle so far. And I've already met a couple who travelled all the way from Switzerland. Over here I have Richard, and you've travelled all the way from America.
From Boston.
And what made you want to go so far?
Well, we're in Marblehead, and I'm with a group that came on a tour of the gardens. We went in the north of England, Yorkshire and Cumbria, and we have a friend who lives in Cheltenham, and we heard that the King was coming to Cardiff, and so we absolutely wanted to come to see him and see the tradition carry on.
Well, it's fortuitous timing, being in the country in such a historic moment. What's the atmosphere been like for you in Cardiff today?
Oh, it's very festive, which, given we've been experiencing the mourning period for the Queen, which is appropriate. It's been, as I said, nice to see the tradition now carrying on with the King and the flag raised full when he arrived here. So, very much appreciated being here at this moment. Sad at the beginning of the week. The Queen's death occurred just as we arrived, just following her meeting with Liz Truss, which is amazing in its own right for the continuity. So we wish her, the Prime Minister, and the King and the people all the best in this transition.
That's absolutely brilliant. Kind wishes indeed. Thank you so much, Richard. And I think that just about sums it up. Mixed emotions here, mourning the Queen, but welcoming the new King on his first